you get from a WAV file. So now that you have all the explanation, it's time to export your Soundtrap project as an MP3. So there are a couple different ways to do that. First, if you're in this workspace version, you can save it directly from this window. But you do want to keep in mind, because if you've just finished editing the music, you may see a message somewhere up here that says it's mixing. So what that means, you're not going to be able to export it until that mixing is finished. And because Soundtrap lives in the cloud, the music that we create is actually being stored and mixed at a remote server, who knows where, somewhere probably in North America. But it takes a few minutes to get all of that data mixed and converted. But once that mixing is over, one way you can do it is just to come over here to where it says File, click on File, and then in this pop-up, you'll see here it says Export. And the options it gives you here is to export the project to MP3 or export the project to WAV. From here, you're going to export as an MP3 file. And when you click on that, you should see at the bottom of the window, you'll get that little box that pops up that shows that you're downloading something. I do want to show you another way. If I click on my Soundtrap icon here and I go to my Soundtrap homepage, let me scroll down. So here's that same file that I've created here. And again, if you go to your homepage, you may get a message that usually appears around here that says it's mixing, and you're not going to be able to export until that mixing process is finished. But from here, if you click on these three dots at the end of the row here, if you go down, it's going to say download. Now when you click on download, it actually gives you a third option that says OGG, and I'm going to tell you about that in just a minute. But again, you want to download as an MP3. So once you click on download as an MP3, you're going to see that download happening down here at the bottom. And so that's going to download into your download folder. Now, once you have that done, and you can see as an MP3 file, it didn't take very long. If I downloaded it as a WAV file, it would take a little bit longer than the MP3 because it's just more data that it has to download. So, for example, if I came up and said I wanted to download this as a WAV, so here it comes, and you can see, even though it still doesn't take very long, it takes longer than the MP3 that only took about a second, whereas the WAV file took a little bit more. So once you have that downloaded, if you go to your Google Drive, and then if you go to your downloads folder, now depending if you're using a PC rather than an Apple, you'll just have to figure out where that download folder is. So on Apple computers, you have a pop-up, but I could also go into my Finder window. And in my Finder window, click on Downloads, and I see that it's up here. And so I can grab that MP3 file, click on it, and drag it right over to my Google Drive and just drop it in. And it's going to upload that file into my Google Drive. And once it's in your Google Drive, you've got it anywhere that you go. So you can download it from there and add it to your iTunes account. You could send it as an email to friends or family, or you could upload it to a website, publish it on something like SoundCloud or some other social media music sharing site. But once you get it as that MP3 file, it's going to be really easy to share and save it and move it around. So once you have it downloaded, you can see here that it shows up now as an MP3 file. So to turn this into me, you have two options. One option is if you click on that file one time in your Google Drive and then click on your share button, you'll get this window that pops up. And if you just type in my first and last name, you're going to want to send it to this one, which is my school account, the Heath_Jones at g.gcpsk12.org, and then click send, and then you can send that directly to me. The other option that you have is if you go to Google Classroom, you'll see that there'll be a new assignment here that says midterm composition project. So when you open that up, you're going to see some instructions on what I've just talked about in this video. And then if you click on view assignment, you won't see it on my screen, but on yours, if you click view assignment, you should see a button that says add files or attachment. So if you click on that button and then follow the instructions, what it will have you do is that you can either upload it directly from your Google Drive, or you can drag and drop it from your downloads folder. But once you do that, once you drag it and drop it in that window, you do have to, there should be a blue button that says upload. So you have to tell it to upload to the file. And when you do that, it's going to take you to another window that's going to ask you if you want to turn in, and you're going to click on turn in, and usually there's a second prompt that asks you to click a turn in button again. So if you do it that way, you've then shared the file directly with me, and either way you have your project finished and completed. So anyway, so that's the deal. Your priority should be making sure that you have this project finished, that you have it downloaded as an mp3 file, and that you share it back to me, and I will be grading it this weekend. So tomorrow I'll be working a lot this weekend, getting some things ready for next week as we move on to some other things, but hopefully we'll get a chance to share some of the stuff that you've created with each other, because some of the things I've heard so far are really pretty cool. So anyway, hope this is helpful to you, and stay safe, keep your distance, and I look forward to hearing your music and seeing you soon. Bye.